All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Windshield Time at Mountain Land Supply. Today, we have a little bit of a special episode for you since it's the Christmas season, and hopefully this is released the Friday before Christmas. We decided we'd bring in the whole executive team and talk a little bit about some Christmas memories. So I'm here with James Calvert.
Hello.
Say hi.
Oh, I didn't know. That was my signal.
You can say hi.
Hey, this is James. Hi. Merry Christmas, people.
Brandon.
Hey, everyone.
Ben.
Hello, everybody.
And, of course, we had to bring in Bruce, unfortunately.
Of course, this is Bruce.
And we're here with Spencer Shorts, our producer, as always, but he's going to remain quiet. He agreed because we took his microphone away. So today we're going to have a little bit of just a little round table on Christmas and kind of what it means to us, some fond memories that we have of it. I'll get it started. So one of my favorite memories of Christmas, there's this old movie or this old video, and it's called The Gift. I don't know. Have you guys ever seen that, The Gift? So it's about this young boy, and he's confused with what he's going to get his dad for Christmas. You know, he's looking through the Sears and Roebuck catalog, and he can't find anything. His sisters have found, dolls and stuff. So he ends up buying his dad a tie, but he kind of thinks, I buy my dad a tie every year. And so his dad has always kind of said, like, I've never seen your sisters open up their Christmas gifts. So this young boy decides that his Christmas gift to his dad is going to be to go out before his dad gets up and do all the chores on their family farm. So he goes out and he milks the cow, he feeds the pigs, he changes the bedding for the animals. And when his dad wakes up on Christmas morning, he goes out to take care of the chores, and they're all done. And so he's able to come back inside, and his boy he faked being a little bit asleep so that he didn't have to go out with his dad when he discovered everything had been done. So his dad comes in and he sees his son at the bottom of the stairs, and he just starts laughing, and he says, "Oh, you got me." And then he sees his young daughters come down the stairs, and they open up their Christmas gifts, and it's a fun little Christmas morning. And he just starts, getting emotional. He says, "Hey, this is the greatest gift I could have ever been given, is to have you do that for me and serve me that way." So I had always watched that video. It was kind of one of the ones that we would always bring on. We didn't have TV when I was growing up, so we had VHS tapes, and that's all we had. So that was one that we would watch every year. So when I was about 11, my dad, during the fall, he had fell and injured his shoulder, and he ended up having to get surgery in November. And Christmas rolled around, and I didn't have to do that, or I didn't do this specifically for Christmas, but when he went down injured, I started doing his early morning chores for him while he was recovering because he couldn't operate the tractors. So I would go in early before school, and I would take care of his chores for him so he didn't have to do those specific ones with that specific tractor that he couldn't run. So on that Christmas when I was 11, I ended up doing all the chores for my dad, and that was one of the first times he was able to see my sisters and myself and my little brother come in and enjoy Christmas morning. So I didn't do it specifically for Christmas, but it had the same effect. So that was kind of one of my core memories that's in there somewhere. So, James, what kind of memories you got, or favorite gift or something?
Oh, I got a whole bunch. That was pretty cool, though. I remember the gift now that you brought that up. That was always a cool one. Well, in fourth grade, so Christmas Eve, we always went over to my uncles, my cousins. We always switch off every other year. And one of our favorite memories, we had this bingo game that we play after dinner and stuff. And it still goes on today. We still play it, and it's out of control. And somebody always cries. Huh?
The gifts for it?
Yeah, the gifts. Okay. So we play bingo, and every time you get a bingo, you can exchange with anybody in the room. And then if you get blackout, you win. And there's always tears. Anyway, fourth grade.
A typical Calvert family event. There's always it ends with tears.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I always take, like, one year wrapped up a box of condoms and put it out. And of course, my mom threw it out
Remember, we're
immediately.
keeping this clean.
It was
We're
kicked out.
keeping it clean.
That's clean. They weren't used.
Don't go any farther.
Okay. Anyway, so fourth grade, my mom's like, "Don't you go anywhere." And I'm like, "Okay." Of course, my buddy comes over and he's like, "Let's go." And it snowed, so we're like running through the snow. Step on this board, comes up, hits me in the mouth, breaks off my tooth.
Oh.
Right at the gum line. Christmas Eve. So,
Like one of your front teeth?
oh yeah, this one right here. Yeah. So my mom wanted to freaking kill me, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I got to go to the dentist and got a silver tooth. So my Christmas morning pictures in fourth grade were with a silver tooth.
We need to get a copy
And the
of these
rest
pictures.
of the year in fourth grade, I didn't get my white tooth till like May of fourth grade. So has a freaking front silver tooth
Nice,
the
dude.
whole time. So,
Yeah, we need a picture.
so
like a gangster.
but that's not my best memory. That's just that's like not graduating seminary with my mom. So if you meet my mother, don't bring those two things up, please.
I hope she's listening right now. And it pisses her
Yeah.
off.
Like, Arthur.
She calls you Arthur?
That's my middle name. When
I
I'm in
know.
trouble, it was Arthur. Yeah.
James
So if
Arthur.
ever
I knew it was
Arthur?
Arthur, but I didn't.
Like, oh crap,
She
they found out
actually
about
calls
something.
you Arthur.
Which one did they find out about?
Hiding your sister's legs or something.
Yeah, that did happen too. That wasn't good. But my favorite memory, honestly, was I was a sophomore in high school, and my parents were like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, "I want a muzzleloader." And my dad's like, "I only buy you 2 guns. You get a 22 when you're 11. You get a shotgun when get your Eagle Scout," which I'm an Eagle Scout. Got it at 13.
Nailed it.
Yeah, made my mother proud that day. Anyway, so he's like, "I'm not buying you a muzzleloader. What do you want?" I'm like, I don't care, just whatever. And he brought it up like 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, nothing. So anyway, Christmas morning, I got a muzzleloader, and then the story after was, because I'm like, "You said you weren't going to get one," and my dad just finally said, "That's the only thing he wants," so he got me a muzzleloader.
That's awesome.
I was pretty happy about that. So
Way cool.
the drug dealer came through.
The drug dealer. That's awesome. Thanks, dude. Brandon, what's yours, man?
So we've gone down a few different veins here. So I'll tell you my favorite movie. It's not the gift, but I remember watching White Christmas with Bing Crosby.
Heck yeah, dude.
I mean, one of the greatest of all time Christmas
want to
movies.
sing it?
I
Snow.
no, love it. So even to this day, I still watch it every year,
Love it.
and my kids have gotten into it, and so that's I know you have a family tradition. I'm looking at Bruce here.
Yeah, Bruce will bring you his.
Bruce,
in a second.
we're gonna have to.
going to bring up the fact that my dad would watch Silence of the Lambs on Christmas Eve as a family tradition.
I hope everybody heard
Did
that,
we
'cause
did we
can't-
get
They can't hear that.
Spencer,
I
did
thought
we
it
get
had something
that?
to do with hair gel, but
So Silence of the Lambs is what Bruce's family would watch on Christmas Eve. So just if you didn't hear that. So my family, we would watch White Christmas, and to this day we still watch White Christmas together. And I think it's one of my most favorite movies. And I mean, you can almost do it verbatim, word for word, just through the whole movie and sing all the songs.
Do you ever skip the part with choreography?
So that is actually kind of funny because that's probably one of the worst
I know,
acts
right?
in that whole entire movie.
Dude, I always skip that part because
Yeah.
I can't stand it.
Yep, I totally agree.
Choreography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you talk about core memories. I'll tell you one of the earliest Christmases that I remember. So when I was younger, I was born here in Utah. My family lived in Salt Lake, in Granger, and I was actually born at the Cottonwood Hospital in Murray, Utah. And we moved to Texas, Houston, Texas, when I was younger. Lived there, moved back here to Utah when I think it was 7, and it was right around Christmas time. It was mid-December, and we used to live with my great aunt and great uncle while we were making that transition over. And it was actually right across the street from Cottonwood Hospital at the time. And so I remember my parents, we're in this awkward stage. We don't have a house, and they're trying to do the business thing. They had their own business. And anyways, and I remember waking up Christmas morning. That's when I got my first bike.
Oh, dude.
And it was like this white and black bike, white tires. I mean, it was freaking awesome. I loved it. And I remember that the the air pressure was low in it, so I had to ride it down the street to the gas station, and I was able to fill it up on Christmas morning.
On Christmas morning.
On Christmas
That's awesome.
But
morning.
this is in Houston, right?
No, this is back. We moved back
Oh,
to
okay.
Utah, and so we still didn't have a house yet. We were still
Gotcha.
trying to figure that out. So, and I was 6, 7 at the time, and anyways, one of my best ones. Now, a core one that I think was fundamentally changed, just kind of, I shouldn't say fundamentally changed, but it was one that added to who I am and just how I look at Christmas and things. This is a time we talked about compassion, right? I remember I think I was probably like 12 or 13. My family did the Sub for Santa.
Oh, yeah.
And we found this family that was up in Salt Lake, up in, I think, Rose Park, if I remember correctly. I had an aunt that was a teacher at one of the elementary schools there, and there was this family that needed some help. And so my mom started this. She said that year she wanted to take a family and help them. And so I helped her. I'm the baby of my family, so I helped her get all the gifts. And they had, I think it was like 3 or 4 kids, and we're trying to get all the gifts and trying to find toys and clothes and all this stuff. And then we got to, I think it was Christmas Eve, if I remember correctly. I remember driving up, and we got to deliver it, take it in. And
Way
I
cool.
remember, they had some younger kids, and we're taking the gifts in, walking in, and these kids' eyes are just huge. And, and you see this tree, and there was hardly anything underneath it. And we just filled this tree just chock full of all these presents. And to see these kids, I just remember they were just so excited, so happy. And, they've been looking at this tree for weeks with nothing, thinking that Christmas is going to be, there's not going to be much. And we just overloaded it. And they were just off the walls. The mother was crying. And I just remember that was one of the coolest moments I ever got to participate in for Christmas. And from then on, I think we did it like for 4 or 5 years after that. My mom would find a family, and we would try and help them. And
So cool.
it's probably
pretty
one of
cool.
the best experiences for me, and being able to participate in that.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
thanks to my parents, you made me a better man today, hopefully. So appreciate you.
Way cool.
That's awesome.
Thanks, bud. Ben.
My turn, huh? Well, I'll probably start with like a core memory / favorite gift in one. When I was little, I would have probably been, I was 11. And let's just say I was probably not the best behaved 11-year-old. And so,
Is there any
Kinda like all
behaved
11-year-olds.
11-year-olds?
I think I was probably a little bit less behaved than average. But my parents threatened me for months leading up to Christmas that all I was going to get for Christmas was a lump of coal. I'm like, whatever. So, and I woke up, we got up Christmas morning, and I had one like big, pretty good sized present under the tree, and it was heavy. I was so excited because I don't remember what I had been asking for, but I just knew it was it. And I unwrapped a lump of coal. And it was the only gift I had. So
It was a
And
big
they
lump.
did they stick to their guns on that?
So what seemed like hours, which was probably like a half hour, 45 minutes, watched my brothers unwrap their presents, go through all their stuff. My mom, my dad, I still had a lump of coal.
Lump of coal.
That is awesome.
And then I did get a new shotgun.
Okay.
Like it was stashed over in the corner hid, but so I got a shotgun for my 11th for Christmas, and so I was super excited because I was a little redneck. I'm sure everybody's surprised. And I immediately went outside and went for a walk, and I got in trouble because I shot my whole box of bullets that I got before breakfast. But that would be my like my core memory wrapped into a best gift ever. And then along the lines of movies, our family's Christmas movies, A Christmas Story.
Yeah, buddy.
Like
That's a good
watched it
one.
with my mom every year for like at home, and we still try to watch it every year. But
Ralphie and Randy,
yeah,
man.
yep. And if you remember on A Christmas Story, the neighbor's hounds come and eat their turkey, and they have to go
Bumpuses.
eat a Peking duck for Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
So one year, we're a mixed family. For those that didn't know, we have some kids from my wife's first marriage. We have a kid exchange on Christmas every day, every year. We exchange kids at 3 o'clock every year, like it's the rule. So that's in Salt Lake. So we always come out to the in-laws' house that afternoon, hang out at the in-laws, do Christmas there, have our kid exchange. Well, one year, this has probably been 6 years ago, give or take, the weather was too nasty to drive home, so we went and stayed in a hotel. And as we were checking in, the lady at the front desk was like, hey, I don't know if you guys are hungry or not, but this place is delivering. And they handed us a menu, and we were hungry. And like we had already figured that Maverick would be the only place open. But so we called and ordered Chinese food.
Yeah, baby.
Had it delivered to our room, and it was actually, I was either really, really hungry or it was really good. But we've done that every year since. So we eat Chinese food on Christmas in a hotel every
That's
year.
awesome.
Great
Yeah, we've
tradition.
done Chinese food on Christmas, and it is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's way cool. All right, Bruce.
Okay, since it's already been let out of the bag that growing up, my dad, every Christmas Eve, to help him stay up in order to put like toys together and stuff like that, he would watch movies. And generally that movie would resort into Silence of the Lambs.
Gosh.
So every time I watch Hannibal Lecter, it brings the spirit of Christmas.
Oh my heck, dude!
But one
So
of the,
everybody who says Die Hard is a Christmas movie, now you're
Yeah.
going to try and insert Silence of the
Silence
Lambs
of the
too.
Lambs.
yeah,
And we peel back
Exactly.
another layer.
exactly. But one of the things that I really liked that my wife and I have done from a tradition standpoint. So years ago, we got involved with the Elf on the Shelf stuff, which is highly annoying because I can remember specifically the first year we were super into it. Like we would do really creative things. And then year 2, we just started running out of ideas. And my kids were like, hey, why did this elf, our elf's name's Parley. Why did Parley do the exact same thing
My
he did
grandpa's
last year?
name.
It's a very powerful name. So one of the things that it morphed into is Parley would bring gifts to start off the Christmas season. So it started off as like a Christmas ornament that generally represented something that we'd done during the year. And then it got added to Christmas pajamas. And that has been one of my favorite things because there's only a certain amount of Christmas pajamas you can buy. So those Christmas pajamas turned into onesies,
Nice.
Oh, my
matching
gosh.
onesies for the entire family.
Oh, man.
And at first, when Amber and I did this, I'm like, there's no way on earth anyone is going to wear this onesie. And our kids lived in them for the entire year. And in fact, I got this like buffalo plaid onesie. It was terrible. My kids wear it now.
Like the Buffalo Bills?
No, like the red and
Oh,
black.
red and black Buffalo
Yeah.
plaid.
So I wore it. It was terrible. Super hot. I'm like, I got to throw this away. But my son Carter took it. He was wearing it last week. And it's just fun with that. The Christmas pajamas, it's like it represents, you can remember specifically the year that it was given. And we have like a Christmas tree that has ornaments on it. And it's just fun to see how certain things can take you back to the year that it was given.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's been really cool for us to do that.
Yeah, one of our trees. Well, we have like 2 trees. The tree in the basement has ornaments from everywhere we've ever been.
Yeah.
So every trip we ever go
That's
on,
awesome.
and it's our favorite
Yeah,
tree.
that's
And
what
even though
my-
it looks like
remember that.
crap.
My tree today is that. I
Yeah.
always buy, you guys know, I've been with you guys, I always buy a Christmas ornament. And
Yeah.
my tree's just all places I've been.
Yeah. We have to have a pretty one upstairs, and then we
Yeah.
get the fun one downstairs.
But it's fun to take those ornaments and put them on
Oh yeah,
with your kids, and then
have all
it
those
brings
memories.
all those memories.
Yeah,
Be able to talk about it and everything
yeah.
like that.
Remember when we did this?
By the way, Elf on the Shelf. Chris Lee and I just had this conversation this weekend about it, and my youngest is 9, 10, and he's kind of there.
Oh, yeah.
Still. So Elf on the Shelf. One of our daughters wanted to do it this year, and so Chris Lee said,
Tear it
"Fine,
up.
but you have to take care of it every single day. I'm not doing it." And it's the 4th of December or whatever, and she's already done with it. And so, but
It's a
now,
lot, dude.
now
It
my
is.
youngest James is like sitting there thinking, okay, and he's watching and
Yeah.
understand it. But they did over the weekend. I have to just say, I thought this was really creative. I hadn't seen this one. There was a bowl of water on the counter, and it had a carrot in it. And I see it from a distance. I'm like, what in the heck is this? Like, just thinking like one of our kids did something and didn't clean up after themselves. So I go to throw it away and put it away. And there's a note, and it's from the elf, right? And it says, "Hey, James, I brought you back a snowman from the North Pole, but I think it melted." So I looked at it. It was a bowl of water with a carrot, and it had 2 little eyes. And I was like,
That's clever.
that
That's
was
really good.
really, really good. So.
That's funny.
But I Elf of the Shelf hearts.
That's exactly what happened at our house last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that you guys do the elf too?
Yeah.
What's your elf's name?
Well, we have 2. We have one named Starlight, and we have one named Sprinkles.
Starlight and Sprinkles. Nice. What about you?
I'm trying to remember. I'd have to text Chris Lee.
Ours is Louis Gimbel.
Louis Gimbel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text her and see. I don't know off the top. That tells you how good of a father I am. I don't pay attention to this.
So, Calvert, is your Christmas tree then named hashtag sales calls?
Should be. That's actually pretty
The
good.
sales call tree.
Yeah, sales call tree. Yeah, I'm
That
gonna
is
go
really
with that.
good. That's way good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that probably brings us to the end of this episode. We might want to put a disclaimer on it, like, hey, if you got believers out there, maybe pull them away
I
from
think
the.
Shorts. You said that you checked it not for kids, so
It doesn't matter.
just don't listen to it in the
Brandon
car.
Keach might
Yeah.
still be a believer.
By the way,
Keach
our
maybe is, dude.
Shannon for sure.
name of our elf, Chris Lee just texted me back. Sprinkles.
Oh, really?
We have sprinkles as well.
Nice. Got good twin sprinkles.
Yeah. Anyways,
All right. Well, thanks everybody for jumping in on this one. This has been fun.
Yeah.
So
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and thanks for all you guys do. Appreciate you.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas to everybody out there, and thanks for spending a little bit of windshield time with us. We'll see you on the next trip.
Have a good one.